Offensively, got to give the edge to Pittsburgh.
That's not saying a lot. Titans versus Steelers. Who you got?
This game, offensively, got to give the edge to Pittsburgh.
That's not saying a lot.
Yeah, not necessarily because they have a great high-functioning offense. It's that Tennessee largely looks that bad. Yeah, they beat up on the Jaguars, but whoop-de-doo. Ryan Tannehill's the guy. I said it before the season. I said it while they were winning. Like, this offense is Derrick Henry or bust. Mm-hmm. When Tannehill doesn't have that play action to work off of with Henry, he struggles. He's not the guy that can put the team on his shoulders and carry them to a win. And we're seeing it play out right now. Yeah, his receivers haven't been healthy, haven't played a ton. That's what Julio Jones does. Pretty sure we talked about that before the season too.
Yeah. He stays hurt, man.
The flip side, like, Roethlisberger doesn't look great. The Steelers' offense kind of struggles at times. So it's more an indictment on how bad Tennessee is there. Defensively, I'm going to go Pittsburgh just because out of the two teams, Pittsburgh has a couple of guys that are legit difference makers. Mika Fitzpatrick and TJ Watt. Kevin Byard is a solid safety for Tennessee. Jeffrey Simmons is a good up-and-coming player, but Tennessee doesn't have just anybody at the level of Watt, which, granted, not necessarily a fair criticism because who does outside of like maybe a few teams, but I think that gives Pittsburgh the edge. Coaching, obviously, Mike Tomlin, one of the best coaches in the NFL. I don't think there's a whole lot to really say there. So it's a matchup with two teams. Tennessee's going to be a playoff team just with how things have shaken out so far. Pittsburgh's trying to get in. Pittsburgh needs the game, and I think they pull it out. I go Steelers 20-14. I don't know if there's a ton of offense in this one.
Craig, Titans versus Steelers. Who you got?
Oh man, this is gonna be on TV too, probably local. Anyway,
this is gonna be a local game.
Anyway, the Titans, they haven't looked good, man. Like Ryan Tannehill hasn't looked good at all. Pretty much, he wasn't even really looking that good when Derrick Henry was there, and AJ Brown and Julio Jones, but like he just hasn't. The last 5 games, I think he's thrown 4 touchdowns, 6 picks.
Yep.
He's only thrown multiple touchdowns twice this season out of 13 games, and that was both times against the Colts. One game was overtime against the Colts. So he just hasn't really been a consistent quarterback. I think he has 14 touchdowns and 13 picks. For a team that's 9-4, like you kind of wonder how they get here. But I can't take the Titans offense with losses to. I know they lost to the Jets early in the season, but they lost to the Texans more recently. But at least the Steelers can put up points. I know they were down a lot against Minnesota in that game, and they came back and they made it a 1-score game, another 1-score game for Minnesota. But they can score. They have better receivers. Najee Harris is going to get 1,000 yards easy. He can catch out of the backfield as well. Deontay Johnson looks really good. If Claypool can just show some maturity,
sure. Celebrating.
It's ridiculous.
Diva.
Yeah, and Ben Roethlisberger, he's doing pretty much everything he can do, for whatever that is. But I like the Steelers' offense better. They're just healthier, at least on offense. Minus Juju, I guess, but. And then Pat, whoever the tight end, I don't know his last name. He looks really good.
Freiermuth?
Yeah. Freiermuth? Freiermuth, yeah.
Freiermuth, yeah.
He's good, third rounder. Yeah, he looks
really good compared to Eric Ebron, who they had. But So he's starting to step up. So Steelers offense, I would take their defense as well. I mean, you could probably toss them up both, and I'd probably take this. I mean, heads or tails, either that one, because Tennessee's defense hasn't looked too good unless they're playing some bad teams, and even still, they lost at one point, like I said, to the Texans, and they barely beat the Saints, who didn't have their a lot of their players, but at least the Steelers get a chance to play against a quarterback who's not good, who's probably worse than Ben Roethlisberger at this point. So that's good for their Pittsburgh Steelers defense before they've had to play the Kansas City Chiefs following week. But coach, Mike Tomlin is a coach easily.
Easy.
And like Corey said, this is a must-win game for Pittsburgh. Pretty much every game from here on out. I don't know if that tie's going to come back to bite them, or if it's not even going to matter in the end. But I definitely think that they can get this win. I don't know how much more Tennessee can. Tennessee just basically just going to limp into the playoffs at this point.
Yep.
They have an easier schedule after this game, but even still, like when they play in San Francisco and Miami at home, I'm not even going to guarantee either one of those as W's.
Yeah.
But this game, I got to go Pittsburgh. I'm going 29-20 Pittsburgh.
All right. Offense. Gotta go the Steelers. And like Corey said, that's not saying a lot because the Steelers offense isn't really, to me, they're not good. And Tennessee, they have too many injuries, man. Derrick Henry and AJ Brown is what the Titans' identity of offense is, and they don't have both of those players right now. And then Julio doesn't have a rapport with Ryan Tannehill, and he's out.
He's back.
Yeah, but he's missed. How many games has he missed? Yeah. So, I mean, I just think Julio's just getting up there in age where, I mean, can't run out time, It's unfortunate. I think he's had a Hall of Fame career, but he just can't outrun time, unless you're Tom Brady, but he doesn't really get hit or has to run like a receiver. So, give the offense to Pittsburgh. So, yeah, Najee Harris, Deontay Johnson, who is, man, he is a great receiver. And they have Clay Shapool, so we'll see. I think he's matured. I think so. Defense, I gotta give it to the Titans defense is good though, but I just think that their offense is on the field so much they get tired. So I got to give it to the Steelers defense. I believe T.J. Watt is back, right? If T.J. Watt's back, I know he tightened his groin up a little bit. So I think if he's back, I mean, it's going to be a problem for Tannehill's going to be running all day. And Steelers they just got a great defense. That's what they're known for. And they continue to know for it. Coaching, I got to give Tomlin. Now, Vrabel's done listen, the coaching job Vrabel's done this year is good. He's been had my respect as a head coach. But like I like Mike Vrabel, man, and he's basically working with a thin roster for them they're going to limp into the playoffs because I believe at this point they've won the division, right, Corey?
Not officially, but effectively, yes.
Right. So if they win
if they win and the Colts lose, they would officially win the division this week.
Right.
Effectively, I think the Titans would have to lose out and the Colts would have to win out or something for it.
Yeah. That's so, I don't know. I don't think they're going to lose out. I think they're going to go 2-2 at least. I think that's what I think. But yeah, I just think the injury bug, man. It just at this point in time in the year. And they might get Henry back week 18 in the playoffs, but I mean, is he going to be in shape? No doubt. But football game shape is different, man, at this time of year. So,
yeah,
it's different. So I got the Steelers, man, and I got it Steelers 24-10. I just don't think it's gonna be like a good game. I think Steelers are gonna dominate. It's gonna be one of those games you turn to. It's gonna be like, oh man, Steelers are up 17-0.
Yeah.